Hi friends, today I am going to explain you how to do gear cutting operation on a milling machine, on a horizontal milling machine. So what is a milling, sir? So milling is nothing but removing excess material from the workpiece in the form of small chips in order to get required shape and size. So by using a milling cutter, by using a multi-point cutter, so by using a milling cutter, that operation is called as milling operation. So let's see how to do how to produce spur gear on a milling machine. Let's see the operation. So coming to the aim of the experiment, so to perform to produce spur gear on a given workpiece using horizontal milling machine. So let's see the operation. So now we will see what are the tools and materials are required for this particular operation. First of all, we required one wooden workpiece. So for my requirement, I am taking here wood. If you want to take metal, you can add your wish. So then you can take one milling cutter. This is a mandrel. So these are the tools and materials required for doing this particular operation. And also we required one vertical milling, one horizontal milling machine or a vertical milling machine. One milling machine also required. So let's see what to do the operation. How to do the operation. So now, first of all, you have to take one workpiece. This is the hollow workpiece that should be fixed in a mandrel. So now you can fix this hollow workpiece and a machine wise and indexing head. So let's see how we are fixing the workpiece. So in this way, you can fix the workpiece in the machine wise as well as in between the machine wise as well as indexing head. So by using machine wise, you can fix the workpiece tightly on the. In this way, you can fix the workpiece. Then you can fix the cutter. So here I am taking the angular milling cutter, double angular milling cutter. So you can take the milling, you can fix the milling cutter in a milling arbor. So this is the milling arbor. You can fix the milling cutter in a arbor. Then you can place the indexing head on the top of the table in this way. Then indexing according to the number of teeth required. We will see what type of indexing we are using here. So what is indexing? Indexing nothing but it is dividing the job periphery into number of equal divisions. It is accomplished by a controlled movement of the crank such that a job rotates through a definite angle after each cut is over. Simply we can say that dividing the job into equal number of parts. So by using this particular dividing head. So we are doing this operation with the help of dividing head. That's why this is called as indexing method. Actually, we have different types of indexing methods are there. Direct indexing, simple indexing, compound indexing, differential indexing, and angular indexing. But here in this case, I am explaining you what is by using simple indexing. I am doing the I am producing spur gear. So first of all, you have to take one workpiece. The diameter of the workpiece is 75 mm and depth of the workpiece is 5 mm. So coming to the indexing calculation. So here I am using the simple indexing method. So how we can move the crank. So crank movement equal to number of holes on the periphery of the index plate by number of divisions required. So total number of holes on the indexing plate is 40. So I required 20 number of divisions, number of teeth required means my requirement of teeth is 20 on the spur gear. So total 40 by 20 equal to crank movement equal to 2. So for each and every teeth movement, for each and every movement of teeth, equal division of teeth, we have to move the crank into 2 revolutions. So this is the simple indexing method. Let's see the operation. So coming to the crank movement. So this is the crank. So this is the crank. So this is the crank movement. So let's see crank movement. So total number of holes on the this is the indexing plate. Total number of holes equal to 40. Total number of holes equal to 40. I am taking here by total number of teeth required on the workpiece. So crank movement equal to total number of holes on the periphery of indexing plate by total number of teeth required on the workpiece. So that is the crank movement I am using. So total 40 by 20 equal to 2 revolutions. Let's see the operation. So first of all, you can place the plunger in 40 holes. First of all, you can place the plunger. This is the plunger. You can place the plunger in this particular point. This is the initial point. So these are the 40 holes. 40 hole symbol. So first of all, you can switch on the machine. So when we are switch on the machine, then you can check the perpendicularity. The cutter is perpendicular to the workpiece or not. So yes, then you can give depth of cut. So this is the vertical traverse handle which I am moving here. This is the vertical traverse handle. So this is the longitudinal traverse handle. This is the vertical traverse handle. By using this vertical traverse handle, we are giving depth of cut to the workpiece. So this is a micrometer is provided on the vertical traverse handle. So first of all, you can adjust the vertical traverse handle as 0 degrees. So this is the micrometer 0 degree. So now I am increasing the depth of cut up to 0 to 50 mm. So this is a wood workpiece. There is no problem while increasing heavy amount of depth of cut. So I am increasing up to 50 mm. So now let me see 5 mm. Here 50 mm. This is a 5 mm depth, not 50 mm. This is a 5 mm depth. So in this way, I am increasing the depth up to 5 mm. So let's see the operation. So by moving this handle, so in this way we are giving feed to the workpiece. So actually here, and this is the cutter and the feed workpiece travel in the same direction. So this is a down milling operation. So both are in the same direction. Back rent. So friends, now I am moving the crank into two revolutions. This is the first revolution is completed. Now we will move in the first revolution and second revolution. So coming to the second revolution. So this is the second revolution. Why? Because crank movement equal to total number of holes 40 by total number of teeth required 20. So 40 by 20 equal to 2. So that's why I am moving this crank into two revolutions. So when we are moving the crank, there is a slight distance moved from one teeth to another teeth. Yes, and so now the second teeth is produced on the workpiece. So let move to the third teeth. So when we are moving the crank, there is a movement of workpiece. So from one teeth to another teeth. You can observe there is a movement of, when we are moving the crank, there is a movement of workpiece. So so now I am producing the third teeth. Contact avla delipos. Contact ayina delipos. Right. Now I am moving the crank. When there is a crank movement, there is a slight movement in the workpiece. So now I produce two revolutions. So now coming to the operation. So now I produce the fourth teeth also. Let's come into the fifth teeth. So when I am moving the crank handle, there is a movement of workpiece. So there is a slight movement in the workpiece. In this way, I am moving from one teeth to another teeth. So this is the process is called as indexing. After doing repeated operations, now this is the final operation. So in this way, I will produce spur gear on a given workpiece. We will see the final output. Remove chamber. Then charging అయిపోతుంది రాజు గారు తీసేయండి. సో తీసేయండి ఫైనల్గా. Now I am removing the workpiece. తీసేయండి. So this is the final output. So this is the final output. This is the spur gear. So this is the spur gear produced on the given workpiece. In this way I am producing the proper spur gear on a given workpiece by using vertical milling machine. Thank you guys. If you have any doubts, please comment in comment section. Please share and subscribe. Yours Paulaya Chintada. Thank you.